Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Sky Bees Reborn. And in today's episode, we are going to venture into the Nether, grab some more bees that are going to help us progress, and then we are going to see if we're able to make more bees. Of course, it's Sky Bees Reborn. We need the bees. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into today's episode. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up where we need to go into the Nether through. And I'm thinking maybe right here, because I mean, it's just like there's nothing really we can do on this spot. So let's put down a Nether portal right here. Go like so. I hope I build this right. I need some more obsidian. Luckily, I have all the obsidian I could ever need. Oh, doesn't look right. Is that gonna light? I haven't made like another portal in so long. Oh, it lights. Okay, we're good. That's so bad. Let's see. I don't like that it does that. Okay, so here's our Nether portal. And I know it's gonna be just like this where it's just a void. So we're gonna make a platform on the other side. Let's go. All right, and we are in the Nether. Let's go ahead and expand this platform real quick. Ooh, is that a ruined bastion? Very nice. It's so close. Okay, let me grab my construction stick and let's expand this out. Perfect. Okay, so this is all we need for now because all we're doing is we're placing down these nests in here. And let's go ahead and just place them down right here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go check on my honey treats and see how many I have. Okay, so I got a fair good amount. Let's put some more in. This is gonna help speed up the process of getting the bees. So let's head back over to the Nether. All right, kind of want to expand the platform just a little bit more. There we go. That's much better. I don't feel so claustrophobic now. All right, so let's go ahead and start getting these bees going. Ooh, you don't take, okay, which one takes, okay, none of you takes honey treats. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to get the actual resources. I completely forgot that was a thing. So that's for the quartz nest. That's for the glowstone nest. That's going to be for the soul sand. What's the nether brick one? Hold on, let's find out. Nether brick. What do you... Oh, magma cream. I don't have a lot of slime. That's a slime nest. I could put you down and hope for some slime bees. Is that what you get? Yeah, you get slimy bees, which get you slimy comb, which get you slime balls. So that's probably going to be what I want to do because I don't have very many slime balls or blaze powder. I could at least start it. So that one's going to be the super long one. I could at least start it though. I'm definitely going to have to get some slime bees. Oh, I would love to get some blaze bees as well. So it's magmatic and nomad. So I'll have to work on getting a nomad. Ooh, okay. Okay, we got that one started. Now what I like to do sometimes is get 2 of these, because with 2 of them, and then I could just breed them instead of having to keep trying to spawn more. And it'll just make things a lot easier. Oh, that's gonna take so long. Oh, okay. All right, so there's 2 crystalline bees. Perfect. That one's still got a long ways to go. So we're done with the nether quartz. Let's go ahead and do the gas tier one now, which is going to be the soul sand nest. Okay, there's one. Okay, so we now have 2 crystalline and 2 ghostly. Now we just need to get the glowstone one. Okay, so now we have these. We can pick these up now. And this is the only one we're really waiting for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back over and try and make some more magma cream. And then I will come back and hopefully try and get 2 of these going. So I will bring you guys right back because it is going to be a little bit of a process. All right, and I'm bringing you back. And we were finally able to get enough magma cream to finally get the magmatic bee. And I'll get this one started. Don't mind what happened over there. Let's just say, oh, hello. What? Yo, hold on. Why'd you guys attack me? Yeah, so that's kind of like what happened last time. And you can go away. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, am I done dying? I'm just gonna clear all those real quick. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and delete those. Ah, yes. Much cleaner. Okay. How much time we got? We got 300. Okay. So I did a small change, which was actually getting Netherrack on one of the cobble gens. And this is how I was actually getting my magma cream. Let's see. Where is my... Yeah. Because if you crush down the Netherrack and then you sift it, you get magma cream. See? Magma cream, you get gunpowder. I believe you also get, yeah, you get gold nuggets. And then of course you get blackstone, which will be the next step to get into crushing because that actually gives you ancient debris. So it's a good way to start progressing into higher tier resources. And the best part about this is I actually, because of that ruined bastion, I was actually able to snag me 2 of the netherite smithing templates. So I'm super stoked about that. Because with a little bit of netherrack and some diamond, you can actually duplicate them. And that's going to be the plan. Okay, let's speed this up real quick. Keybind, change that real quick. And there we go. I want to try and get all this done before the 300 seconds were up. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and change that back. Now I don't have a spot for the blackstone here, so let me see if I can make that real quick. There we go. Okay, so I now have another 52 magma cream. Let's jump back on over and let's finish this guy out. There we go. I got my 2. Actually, let me pick this guy up too. Okay, I got my 2 magma creams. I got pretty much 2 of all of the nether bees. And in between, I also was able to get some slimy bees. So I got that coming in. I have the magmatic bee, which is going to be massive because now with the magmatic bee, we can breed this with other bees to get, let's see, we could get the breeze bee if we had the water bee, the sulfur bee with the coal bee. If we had a nomad bee, we could get the blaze bee. That would be massive. We could also turn it into a lava bee, which I don't think I'm going to do that. But that is pretty good. So the big one is the crystalline bee here. Because if we go ahead and take a look at it, the bee breeding, crystalline will get us a lot of the resources. So definitely we're going to be working on getting the iron bee. We could work on getting the other types if need be. I'm definitely going to try and go for the gold bee and the copper bee, and definitely the spatial bee. Once we go to the end and we're able to get the draconic bees and the ender bees, this will definitely be one because the spatial bee, I believe, gives us the fluix crystals. Let's take a look. No, this actually gets us more of the Certus quartz and dust, which is perfectly fine. And I think if we get the spatial bee and we give it the fluix pearl, we get the fluix bee. So we're definitely going to go into that route as well because I want to get into Applied Energistics and I don't want to have to worry about too much. So let me grab my ashy mining bee and I'll keep the mason bee behind. Okay. All right. Now that I have the nether bees, what I want to do is I want to cut away, breed up the rest of the bees, and get Applied Energistics going. Because I am tired of having my storage everywhere. This is fine. This is going to stay. And I'll probably tap into the storage controller so that my AE2 system can see it. But right now, this is too much. And I want to clear a lot of this up. And Applied Energistics is going to do just that. So I'm going to cut away. And I'll bring you guys back once we get into Applied Energistics. So I'll see you guys here in a moment. Okay, so after a little bit of grinding and a little bit of more bees, as you can see, we have the iron bee and the redstone bee going at it now. I don't have this set up to automatically take out, put into a centrifuge, and then put into storage just yet. But I think it is time to start Applied Energistics. And the first step in most cases, especially like if you play the ATM packs, especially the newer ones where you have to go out, find a meteorite, mine to the center of it, and you will find both budding Certus quartz blocks and also the infamous mysterious cube. So we can't find meteorites here in this mod pack because we are in the void, as you can see. So luckily, and the quest does show this, you could actually craft the mysterious cube in this one. So it's just 4 obsidian, 4 Certus quartz dust, and a Certus quartz blocks. Not bad. And this should get us everything that we are needing to begin getting the processors and stuff like that for Applied Energistics so that we could progress even further in getting our logistics mod going. So let's go ahead and place this down and break it open. And there we go. We have our presses and the guide. Not too worried about the guide because, well, the guide is pretty much on anything. As long as you hold G on a AE2 item, it pulls up the guide and you could navigate through it for different things. They even have different setups. Something, you know, to kind of look through if you're unfamiliar with Applied Energistics. I will try and cover as much as I can without going too in depth with it because there are tons and tons of AE2 mod overviews and tutorials on YouTube that will be 100 times better than anything that I can do. Anyways, I will try and make this as easy as possible. Now, what I like to do is usually I like to start with 5 inscribers because that will allow me to do the calculation, the silicone, the engineering, the logic, and of course, combine them all together. So let's see. We don't have a lot of space in here, which is fine. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So I want to bring these out. I'm gonna go ahead and move all this here. Yeah, okay. And this, again, this is just temporary placement. This is not the final resting spot. And then for the 5th one, I will go ahead and put right here. This will still allow me to automate this whole process, which I will show you how I do that as well. It's just going to be a bunch of these drawers, puller and pusher add-ons or upgrades, part of functional storage. Okay, so now that we have this going, or now that we have this up and running to where we could start using this block here, the Inscriber, we need to know what do we need exactly. Now for the silicone press, of course, we're going to need silicone for that one. That one's not too hard because I believe if we look at the silicone recipe, we could either make the quartz blend, which is super simple. And if you put it through an enrichment chamber, you get 6 instead of the standard 4. So that could definitely be beneficial. Or what we can do is we could eventually get into industrial foregoing and go through the process of getting silicone that way. Or we could do the crusher with sand. If you put sand into a crusher, you get back silicone. Now, I don't have the speed or the power to set up the process for that just yet with using mechanism. Maybe once I get more set up and I have my actual mechanism set up, I could do something for that. But right now, I think the best course for us is to do the quartz blend. So the quartz blend is quartz dust, charcoal or coal, and sand. Or you could use the Certus quartz. Doesn't matter which one, they get you the same amount either way. Now, seeing that Certus quartz dust is practically free, We could go ahead and grab some of that. Same with the coal. We'll grab 2 of those. And then for the sand, let me see if I have 2. How many stacks do I need? I need 6 stacks. I don't think I have 6 stacks here. That's fine. Because then I could just come over here, grab the 6 stacks, compress it all down, grab my wand and compression or compressed diamond hammer, and let's break all this down to sand. There we go. Okay. So, Certus quartz, coal, sand. There we have it. And that will be a good start to everything, especially if we run it through the enrichment chamber. This will be a bit slow, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let's grab. Okay, so now that I have this placed just like this, now I need to make the puller and pusher upgrade. These are super simple upgrades for the functional storage mod, and it definitely helps keep things from becoming spaghetti for sure, because you could just have it right next to the block. As long as if you're using something that has configurable sides like mechanism, I still recommend configuring the sides within the block just to be on the safe side. Let's see. So we need some kind of stone, redstone, some drawers, and a hopper. So we'll need 2 hoppers, and I should have, okay, and redstone. I got enough wood on me to make the chests. Okay, so the first one's going to be the puller upgrade. We'll go ahead and grab that one. And the next one will be the pusher upgrade. And we'll grab that one. All right, so now we need to figure out what side to push and pull from. So we need to push to the east and pull, I believe, to the west. So let's go ahead and grab those. West and east. Okay, so let's see if this comes back with silicone over here. There we go. So now we just have it kind of looping to where the quartz blend goes into the enrichment chamber, which then once that gets processed, we'll push out the silicone right over here. Perfect. So the next thing that we need now is some gold and iron. We'll also need some of the Certus quartz and diamonds. All right, so let's go ahead and put in the logic press here with gold. And you can see that is now working. This one's going to be engineering, which I believe is the Certus. No, diamond. Okay. This one's going to be calculation. This one's Certus. Perfect. And then this one will be silicone. And once we get enough silicone, we'll go ahead and throw that in here. And then we'll use this guy as the one that actually creates all the processes. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at the quest line. So we need to go touch a charged Certus quartz. Perfect. And then we need to make all of these are the processors that I was talking about. We have the logic, calculation, engineering processor. These are the base ingredients for a lot of these machines. So if we want to say go into the ME controller, the ME controller requires an engineering processor. The ME drive requires, again, engineering processors. And let's see, what else do we have? The patterns use these formation and annihilation cores. Those are a mixture of different things, but they use logic processors. And then we have the terminals as well, which uses logic and engineering. So logic and engineering are the 2 that we definitely need to have more of. Calculation, not so much, but it's still needed. I believe those are used for, let's see, some of the upgrades. So definitely need for the storage disks. Definitely need it for the advanced cards. That will be for our acceleration cards, which are a must. They are definitely a must. The dense energy cell is a must as well. So yeah. So we just got to let all this process through. It's going pretty good. Now for the processors, they take silicone, redstone, and the printed circuit to make the processors. And that's what you put into the 5th inscriber, the one that's going to be up here. So we need to have at least 3 stacks of printed silicone so that we could get the rest of like all of these, and then we should be good. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut away, and I'll be right back with you as soon as that is done and we have the processors in hand. See you guys in a second. Okay, and I'm back. So this is how I pretty much automated it. So I have the same thing as I did over here, where it's push in, pull out. This is push in and then pull out. Same thing over here. So the raw ingredients go on the top and the processed resources come out at the bottom. I need more resources for both the Certus quartz and the gold, but this so far is working as it should. Now the question is if this one's going to work as it should. Okay, so we got that, that, and that. And there we go. So it does work. So I could just throw the ingredients up there. It processes and then it will come down here. Let's make sure that the rest of them will go into their own slots. Perfect. No, that looks good. That looks really good. All right, so with that done, what I want to do now is grab me a bunch of redstone, grab me a stack of printed silicone, and I will do all the logic processors. And there we go. So quick and dirty little automation there. Not too bad. It definitely helps. I'm not having to do all this by hand. I could just throw them in and call it done. Definitely need to get more gold, and that's actually going to be the next bee set that I do, is actually get some gold so that I could have that coming in. Now to make the gold bee, we need the crystalline bee and the mason bee, and I think we have a mason bee. Yes, we do. And our crystalline bee. So let's go ahead and throw these guys in here. And there's the gold bee. And I just want 5 of these. And there we go. They are going to now start making. And I got plenty of treats to get this situated so that we could get them all into adults and have gold coming in, just like we do with our iron and redstone. Again, I need to set up the automation, or at least have the ability to push all these combs to a centrifuge. It's just, it'll be a lot easier if I could get deeper into AE2 or even set up SFM, because SFM is what I normally use to automate my bees 100%. It goes from pulling the items into a bulk storage, so like a big barrel, usually with sophisticated storage, and then I have it pull out from there into all the centrifuges that I have to get processed, which then will go either straight into my storage or it will go back to the buffer chest and then into the storage. It just depends on how I want to have that situated. And also I can have it to where it could go around and actually get processed, because when you centrifuge the combs, you get the raw, like say for example, the iron comb, you get raw iron, which then has to get processed down either in a furnace or in the smeltery over there. And then it could go into the storage as the actual like ingot. And I have no idea where all these sheeps came from. I'm pretty sure, I think when I turned around, there was like 4 of them right here. It looks like I'm down to 3. So maybe 1 fell off. I have no idea. This is looking wonderful. Grab that, grab some more redstone. Yeah, because that's going to be another thing. I want to get the redstone bee processing because I am struggling to keep up with resources. But now that we have bees going, we have Applied Energistics started. It's only a matter of time till things start just rolling. And I can't wait for that, because once we get into the productivity upgrades, it'll just keep going. It'll keep rolling. It'll get faster. We'll get more resources, and just having to worry about resources will be a thing in the past for sure. All right. Okay, now for the ME controller, I want to go ahead and make this as well. I already had some skystone smelted up, but we need to smelt this up again to make the skystone block. And then what we need to do is we need to grab, I want to grab 16 of these. I might have to, let's see, how are we let me grab some redstone honeycomb because I need some more redstone. Let's turn that guy off. There we go. All right, so that's making redstone for us. Once I get 16, I'll be able to start the process here. There we go. And I'll just let that run now. And now I need some nether quartz. I need 16 of them. There we go. And I don't have a magnet on me. I do. Is the hotkey the same? Yes. Okay. So with the charged Certus quartz, redstone, and nether quartz, you want to throw this into water for in-world conversion. And that makes flux crystals, which is what we need for the controller. So we need the skystone block, flux crystals, and engineer processor. How are we doing on engineer processor? We could grab one of those. Those are done. Perfect. Now I will be doing my full ME controller setup, which is a 7x7x7 cube. I've always done it, and that's not going to change. And I will start it right here. That should be good. Now I could also come up here and grab one of these windmills so that we could power this guy up. There we go. Powered controller. Okay, so I just need to hold a logic and a calculation, and then I will be done with that quest. There we go. Next on the list is the ME terminal. This will allow us to look inside of our storage system once we have it all configured and set up, as we don't have any storage right now. But this requires flux, dust, nether quartz, and a logic processor. You get 2 of the annihilation cores. And for the terminal, we only need 1. So let me grab my crusher out and throw in 2 of these guys there. Grab 2 nether quartz and 2 logic processors. Well, actually, 3 logic processors. Nope, 2, 3. Yep. So 1, 2, 3. Grab those. Oh, that requires 1 of those. Do I have any more Certus quartz? Okay, looks like I need to sift some sand real quick, which I do have sand on me. All right. And that works. Logic processor, we get those. And then this one's with the nether quartz. And we get the annihilation. So that's the annihilation formation cores. And then that will be for the other part, this one. So now we just need to make an illuminated panel, which is quartz glass, which is just glass and Certus quartz dust, which is super simple. We got plenty of that. How are we on glass? We don't have any. That's perfectly fine because we got sand. So I need 3 of these, which requires that, and then 2 glowstone, redstone, and iron. Okay. And I already have redstone in here, and there's the ME terminal. So now we could also look to get the Flux ME glass cable, which I mean we do need, which is just a simple craft. There we go. Because that is needed so that we could attach like the terminals or anything else that we may need to attach to the actual controller. But as you can see, if we had storage, this is where all our items would be shown. However, we don't have a drive or storage buses to allow us to see anything. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? Just let me pick up the controller real quick and put it back down. Perfect. And we should pretty much have everything for the ME drive, which the ME drive requires 2 engineering processors. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. Let's go ahead and craft that. And we can put it down right here. So this is where we put our storage cells at, either item or fluid, chemical, whatever the mod pack you're playing has at that time. A lot of this is going to be items with a few fluids that are fluid cells that are partitioned for particular fluids. Let's see. So we're still doing pretty good over here. Get that B going. And we're doing pretty good on silicone as well. We got 618 now, plus another 119, and we're already at 111 printed silicone. Let's go ahead and sleep. Do I have what it takes to make these? No, I do not. Okay, so that's going to probably be in between episodes is when I go through I'll get some storage going. I'll get all of this cleaned up. I'll have the storage controller for the functional storage connected up with a storage bus so that we could have access here in the terminal to everything that's over there. And then I'll probably do the same and put a storage bus on these two guys, at least until I get the infinite cells, which there's a ME infinity cobblestone cell, which is actually fairly simple. Just some diamonds, quartz glass, a lava bucket, 2 water buckets, and the 16k ME storage component. So I might actually have this when we come back in the next episode, honestly. Same with the infinity water cell. It's the same thing, but it's just 3 water buckets instead of just 2 and a lava. That is a super easy craft. Definitely a lot easier than the other mod packs that I played that require, you know, like aluminium or, you know, just make it extremely expensive, I guess you could say. So this is looking great. How are we doing on the bee? I could go ahead and do that. Grab this guy. And then I need to set up the other beehive. Let's go ahead and throw everything back into the drawers. Clean up our inventory. Let's go ahead and make a campfire real quick. There we go. And then I also need to make some shears. There we go. Okay, and there's the advanced oak beehive. And then let's make the expansion. There we go. And then I will slap this guy right over here, just like so. Now I need 5 ender pearls, and then I need a couple of blaze rods. Do I have any? Ooh, I do. 1, 2, 3, 1. I need 4 sticks and a treat. There's that. And then I need honeycomb blocks. That should be enough to make the simulation upgrade. There we go. All right, now do I have any gold on hand? I don't. Okay, that's fine. I could easily get some gold. Actually, what do I have over here? Nothing. Okay. All right, and that's gonna do it for today's episode. We started Applied Energistics. I know it's, you know, small, but believe me, it'll get bigger and it will get better. We got a lot of good bees going on. You know, we got the iron redstone, and we will soon have gold bees going. We were also able to automate the process to make presses or processes. So I'm super excited for this. I'm glad that this is working out the way I needed it, and we got a good amount of honey treats. So I think in the next episode we are going to look into possibly going to the end, not to fight the ender dragon just yet, but to get the end bees, the base bees at least, the draconic and the end bees. And then once we have those, you know, and some more resources going, or more resource bees going, we'll be able to get into the productivity upgrades. You know, the alpha, beta, mega, or gamma and omega. And then, of course, in between episodes, I will continue building up my Applied Energistics. I'll probably get, like I said earlier, I'll get all the storage connected and set up. And then I'll probably start working on a better power situation, because these windmills are not going to cut it for very much longer. So I might end up going into the route of power, and I might save that for the next episode as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me in today's episode. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, tap the notification bell for future episodes and streams, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.